UFC Fight Night Vegas 42, Holloway versus Rodriguez takes place in only a matter of hours, and I'm going to go through my last minute detailed prediction and breakdown for every single fight on the card, starting with the early prelims, ending with the main event. I'm not just saying who I believe is going to win and why I think they're going to win. I did that earlier this week. I'm trying to call every single fight, exactly how it's going to go, minute by minute. I'm trying to call what the scorecards are going to be, who's going to win what round, how they're going to win those rounds, what submission is going to be achieved if there is going to be a submission victory, what limb is going to be used if there is going to be a KO blow, when it's going to happen in the fight as well. I'm trying to call things exactly how they're going to go. Let's start straight away with the early prelim opener of Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Jung. I think the first round plays out very well for both guys. I think they're going to do pretty good, pretty evenly matched first round in my opinion. I think Nzechukwu is going to be landing some good hooks and maybe some front kicks to the stomach, maybe a couple of oblique kicks here and there as well, and I think Jung is going to be landing some good jabs to the body, a couple of jabs upstairs as well. I think he'll land a lot of good leg kicks on Kennedy Nzechukwu in the first round. I think he's going to try and push Nzechukwu against the cage. Nzechukwu going to land some knees to the body. He's going to get himself away from back against the cage, push Jung against the cage. They're going to have a little bit of cage control time at the end of the first round. But other than that, I think it's going to be a very, very even and close first round for Nzechukwu and Jung. I think Nzechukwu is going to be stabbing at the body with a front kick, landing good knees to the body in the clinch as well. And I think Jung is going to be somewhat winning the exchanges at range with the leg kicks, with the shots upstairs, with the jab. And then in the second round, I think Nzechukwu is going to start doing a bit better, start to take over towards the start of the second round. I think Jung's going to be a little bit more reckless, start to swing some heavy blows, and I think he's going to start swinging some heavy blows, landing some heavy blows, but Nzechukwu going to land some big ones back as well, and I think Jung's going to get wobbled at one moment at the start of the second round, taking those front kicks to the body, a couple of big body shots from Nzechukwu. Jung tries clinching and taking him down. It doesn't work. Nzechukwu lands a big knee to the body, a couple more knees to the body as well, pushes Jung against the cage. Now they're fighting in a clinch in the midway point of the second round. Nzechukwu landing knees to the body. Jung separates, tries to go for a big combo, gets cracked again, tries to keep at range, lands a good leg kick, but now he's stumbling backwards because he doesn't have the respect of Nzechukwu, who's landing more shots to his body. Jung starts to slow down towards the end of the second round, gets into one big exchange to try and secure the round for himself and try and win it back in the last 30 seconds after a clear win of a round so far for Nzechukwu, and that's where Nzechukwu is going to catch him in a big exchange, put him down with a counter hook. Down goes Jung in round 2. Nzechukwu gets it done by second round TKO as the upset. Moving on up the card, Marc Diakiese versus Rafael Alves. I'm going to call a 30-27 for Marc Diakiese here over Rafael Alves. I think Alves will have a decent first round. Both guys are going to land some good shots in the first round. I think Alves is going to land a big shot or two on Marc Diakiese, but Diakiese is going to take it. Maybe Alves has a moment where he shoots for a takedown and gets it momentarily, but Diakiese stays safe on the ground, works his way back up to his feet. Alves lands a couple of good shots in the clinch, but overall I think Marc Diakiese is going to establish range with his jab in the first round, land some good kicks to the body, land a lot of hard calf kicks in the first round. I think that's going to set the tone for the fight. In the second round, Diakiese goes back to the calf kick. Alves is swinging heavy. Towards the end of the second round, you can start to see Alves limping a little bit on his leg, switching stances, trying to get the clinch, trying to work some grappling in. It's not going to work out too well. I think he's going to just be pushing Marc Diakiese against the cage. His calf's hurting him really bad. Diakiese's going to be landing total strikes in the clinch, landing good knees to the body, turning away, getting back to the center of the cage, more jabs, more shots, more body shots, more leg kicks. Third round comes around, it's more of a tuning up process for Marc Diakiese, just basically playing with Rafael Alves in the third round, smashing him about, landing more calf kicks. It's getting real dangerous. I don't think Alves is actually going to drop and go out at any point, but I think it's going to be a dominant round in the third. Not enough for a 10-8 round, but I'll call a third round decision win, of course, because it's only a 3-rounder for Marc Diakiese, 30-27, slightly doing better in the first, doing more good in the second round, and then in the third round having a bit more dominance and winning the fight as it goes on due to those calf kicks that he's so good at. Moving on up the card, Cortney versus Liana Jojua. I'm going to go with Cortney here. I think she'll be outstriking Liana Jojua in the first round. Both girls are going to be doing okay though. Cortney getting the better of it, landing combination punches. Jojua looking for one big shot. She gets a takedown. Casey threatens with some submissions off of her back. It makes Jojua not want to be on the ground anymore. They stand back up. Cortney lands some big shots again, some kicks. She's keeping the pressure on Liana Jojua, whose nose is a little bit busted now. Her eyes a little bit swollen up as well. She's clinching but getting punched over and over again. Elbowed a couple of times as well in the clinch against the cage. Casey's roughing her up by being a bigger girl against the cage, landing some knees to the thigh, landing some knees to the body. Arce, bloodying up the face of Jojua, who's trying to land back when it's at range, but she can't quite do so. Casey's outstriking her. Second round, Casey continues to outstrike her. The coaches in Liana Jojua's corner start to get a bit more desperate, tell her to go out there and make something happen. Towards the end of the second round, they're screaming at her to get something going because she's going to lose the fight otherwise. She rushes in, shoots a takedown afterwards after an unnecessary exchange that she doesn't win. Casey reverses position, takes the back, puts the hooks in, gets the rear naked choke, and Liana Jojua taps to a rear naked choke at the end of the second round. Moving on up the card, Sean Woodson versus Collin Anglin. I'm going to go with Sean Woodson. I'm going to go with Sean Woodson by... What am I going to go by for Sean Woodson? I'll go Sean Woodson by first round KO with a knee. That's what I'm going to go with for Sean Woodson. I think both guys are going to be doing good. Very patient on the feet in the first round. Collin Anglin shoots his shot. Doesn't really get Sean Woodson to the ground. Sean Woodson gets himself to the cage. Back against the cage, defending well there. Turns off Collin Anglin, gets back to range, lands more shots at range. Couple good jabs, couple good right hands. He's outstriking Collin Anglin in the first few minutes of the first round. Anglin shoots again. Big strength takedown, big slam. Sean Woodson gets right back up to his knee against the cage, works his way back up, lands some more cuffing shots in the clinch, gets the underhooks, turns out, gets to center of the cage again, front kick to the body, 1-2 upstairs. Anglin's taking a couple of big shots. He's starting to swing back a little bit and get countered. Good knee to the body from Sean Woodson, just a pure knee to the body from range. Lands it as Collin Anglin's coming in. Then he gets to clinch, lands more knees to the body on Anglin. Then he lands more shots upstairs. Anglin's starting to get rocked already. He's stumbling all over the place. He can't get his takedown. He can't really do too much on the feet either. I think he's going to go in for another big shot, looking for a big punch. Woodson's going to crack him again. They're both going to start swinging a little bit, but Woodson's going to be the more patient guy out there, landing more front kicks to the body at the end of the exchanges against the cage. Anglin's going to shoot again, and Woodson's going to throw a knee straight to the face as he does it, and Anglin's going to go down, cover up, and Woodson finishes him off with ground and pound at the end of the first round with about 5 seconds left. End of the first round TKO, beginning with a knee as Anglin shoots a bad panic takedown. Sean Woodson gets this one done. Moving on up the card, Cynthia Calvillo versus Andrea Leah. I'm going to be going with Cynthia Calvillo here, and I'm going to be picking her by unanimous decision. And I'll say she wins this one via 29-27. Unanimous decision. I believe that Andrea Leah is going to outstrike Cynthia Calvillo in the first round. Barely. Maybe by about 7 strikes in the first round. They're both doing good, but Andrea Lee's just a little bit busier. She's stuffing some of the takedowns from Cynthia Calvillo, who's going to the body a little bit more, trying to get her jab going out there, but Lee's going to be chopping at the legs with nothing leg kicks, couple of jabs upstairs, couple of 1-2s upstairs as well, mixing up the combinations a bit more. Both girls will land one shot, but then Andrea Lee will finish the combination with a leg kick or a punch and win the exchanges that way in the first round. Second round, they're both doing well on the feet. Andrea Lee still slightly ahead, barely outstriking Cynthia Calvillo. Andrea Lee gets blast double-legged out of nowhere in the second round towards the last 2 minutes. Cynthia Calvillo's on top, landing ground and pound. She wins herself that round back that way. Wins the second round because of the ground and pound. She passes over into half guard, passes over into mount, lands a couple of big shots. The round's over before she can do anything too much. Third round comes around. Very patient from Andrea Lee. She knows she can't be taken down because she's realised in the last round that her jiu-jitsu doesn't quite compare to Cynthia Calvillo's. Then, when thinking about it, she does get taken down by Calvillo, who gets another well-timed takedown after taking a couple of big shots. Andrea Lee tries to throw her off of her, ends up giving up a mount position. Calvillo punching away on top. Big shots, couple of submission attempts here and there. Andrea Lee survives those situations. Calvillo still punching down. Andrea Lee might escape to half guard for a second, back to full guard. Calvillo still on top, landing big shots. Now she's posturing up against the cage, landing big shots on Andrea Lee. It's big ones over and over and over again. 10 big shots towards the end of round 3. She gets a 10-8 in the third for women's MMA, and I think she's going to get herself a 29-27 unanimous decision win. Moving on up the card, Thiago Moises versus Yoel Alvarez. Now, Alvarez missed weight again. This dude can't make weight. I'm still picking him, though. I think I'm still picking him. I think he's going to go out there and just barely outstrike Moises for all 3 rounds in a pretty lackluster decision win. I think he'll win this one by, like, 20-13 on strikes every single round. 20-13 in round 1, 19-12 in round 2, and then maybe like 14-7 in round 3. Like Thiago Moises having a real hard time finding his way into range. He can't quite get the takedown attempts. Yoel Alvarez chopping at the calf at range whenever he can, landing stiff jabs wherever he can. I think it's just going to be a movement fest and then a takedown defense fest against the cage, where Moises is going to be pushing Yoel Alvarez against the cage, but Yoel Alvarez is going to be outstriking him whenever they're at range. I think is going to look quite a bit like Jan Blachowicz versus Jacare Souza at light heavyweight, where Jacare's just pushing him against the cage, looking for opportunities to get his jiu-jitsu going, but Yoel Alvarez staying very patient. Jan Blachowicz maybe instead staying very patient, picking his shots at range, landing the much better shots at range as well, chopping at that calf as well from Yoel Alvarez, and I think Moises just sort of can't find his way into the fight for 3 straight rounds, and Yoel Alvarez just kind of picks him apart at range. 30-27, Yoel Alvarez gets the upset even though he missed weight, and it worries me. Moving on up the card, Song Yadong versus Julio Arce, all-out war. All-out war. Split decision, Song Yadong. I'm calling a split decision because, listen, I know people call me out for like, oh, you always pick a split decision. There's typically a split decision on cards. I hate to break it to you guys. I'm going to go split decision for Song Yadong here. 29-28. One judge gives it like 30-27 to Song Yadong. Another judge gives it 29-28 to Julio Arce. I think both guys are going to be doing good. I think Song Yadong's going to have the power advantage early. And I think he's going to be winning the exchanges early just off being a little bit quicker, a little bit more powerful. Julio Arce finding his way into the fight a little bit, trying to chop low at the legs, trying to go to the body a bit more. But Song Yadong's winning the exchanges on the feet mostly, landing the bigger shots. Maybe at one point towards the end of the first round after him barely outstriking Julio Arce, he rocks him for a moment and lands a couple of big blows against Arce against the cage. The round's over. Clear win for Song Yadong. Second round, razor close round. Arce's starting to come back into it, but Song Yadong's landing the better shots. The bigger shots in the exchanges. They're making more noise. He's ripping to the body a bit himself now. He's using his own kicks himself in the fight. Julio Arce shoots takedowns. Song Yadong stuffs them, lands a couple of body shots the way Usman was against Colby Covington. Arce's driving in to try and get a takedown towards the end of round 2. They maybe think Julio Arce did enough in round 2 for one of the judges, but I think Song Yadong's going to win it at the end by defending that takedown, landing some total strikes to secure himself that round. Round 3, I think, is going to be all-out war, and I think this is going to be the one where Julio Arce could win it. Round 3, Song Yadong starts to slow down a little bit. The power's not quite as much there. And Julio Arce wins this one in round 3. He doesn't win the fight, but he wins round 3 by like outlanding Song Yadong by like 15 strikes. So it'll be like 35, not 35, like 45 to... Whoa, my maths is so off already. 45 to 30. In the third round for Julio Arce, and an absolute scrap back and forth. Yadong's getting hurt here and there. You can see he's starting to slow down, but he's not going to get 10-8'd. 10-9 to Julio Arce in the third round. Second round's very close. One judge wrongfully gives it to Julio Arce. The next 2 give it to Song Yadong correctly. And in the first round is clearly Song Yadong. I think he wins it by split decision, 29-28. Moving on up the card, Miguel Baeza versus Khaos Williams, sorry. I'm going to go Miguel Baeza. I'm going to go with Miguel Baeza by third round dash choke finish. I believe he's going to be beating Khaos Williams in this fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think both guys are going to land some big shots. Khaos is going to land a big shot early. Looks like he's got Miguel Baeza a little bit. Miguel Baeza's backing up a bit. Oh my god, that power was quite a bit. Khaos Williams starts swinging a bit recklessly, but Miguel Baeza moves against the cage, finds his way into the clinch, lands some knees to the body. They throw each other off of each other, separate again. They're back at range. Miguel Baeza landing hard calf kicks in that first round. Khaos Williams landing leg kicks in the first round. The calf kicks are going to beat out the leg kicks from Miguel Baeza, and I think Khaos Williams is going to start switching stances. Not doing so good. Good jabs from Miguel Baeza. He's starting to get his own swagger back at the end of round 1 after Khaos Williams maybe hurts him at the start of it and lands some big combination punches. Miguel Baeza's starting to do pretty good. He wins the rest of the round, but I think the moment of Khaos Williams maybe staggering him in round 1 is going to be the thing that's remembered. So the judges will give round 1 to Khaos Williams, but those calf kicks are still in effect, and now Miguel Baeza's starting to go to the body with his front teep, with his front kick, with a couple of body kicks here and there. More calf kicks at the start of round 2 as well. Khaos Williams has some moments where he bursts forward, he throws some big exchanges, he might get a sudden takedown on Baeza, and as Baeza's getting back up in the second round, he lands a couple of big punches on Baeza. Baeza gets to clinch again, big knee to the body. Khaos Williams isn't used to fighting at such a crazy pace anymore. He's taking those calf kicks, he's starting to step a little bit funny on his legs. More leg kicks from Miguel Baeza. Khaos Williams starting to get his straight shots going, trying to be a bit more technical, makes it a bit even towards the midway point of the second round, but towards the end of the second round, I think Miguel Baeza's going to be jabbing him to the body, jabbing him upstairs, landing some combination punches, really coming into his own in the fight, starting to walk down Khaos Williams. Round 3, Khaos Williams' coaches say you need to win this round, definitely. He's not winning the round at the start of round 3. More calf kicks from Baeza, more big shots from Baeza again. I think Khaos Williams is going to try and shoot off of one of the calf kicks of Miguel Baeza, and as he does that, I think Baeza's going to sprawl him out, put in the dash choke, roll it over, get the submission win in the 3rd round via dash choke. Khaos Williams taps, and Miguel Baeza gets a 3rd round submission with a DAS. Moving on up the card, Felicia Spencer versus Leah Letson. I'm going to go Felicia Spencer via TKO in round 1. End of round 1 TKO for Felicia Spencer here, or midway point of round 1 TKO. I think she's going to take down Leah Letson. They're both going to land some decent shots on the feet. Leah Letson's going to close the distance for the clinch. Felicia Spencer's going to grab her in the clinch, throw her to the ground, end up on top inside control, landing punches to the face, put herself over into full mount, landing big shots on top as well. Leah Letson trying to survive, trying to back and move, gives up her back for a second. She's defending a rear naked choke for a bit. Spencer just starts punching her from the back mount position, landing big shots, big shots, big shots. Chimaev versus anyone style other than when he choked out Li Jingliang. Before that though, remember when he was on his back pounding away with those big shots? Luke Rockhold, Lyoto Machida style, I guess you could also say, with those big shots. I feel like Felicia Spencer's going to do that to Leah Letson from the back mount, landing big blows. Leah Letson can't escape the position. Felicia Spencer by 1st round TKO to ground and pound. Moving on up the card, Ben Rothwell versus Marcos Rodrigo de Lima. I'm going to go with Ben Rothwell via unanimous decision. I think Marcos Rodrigo de Lima is going to land some big shots in round 1. Maybe stumble Ben Rothwell for a moment, land some big shots. Rothwell's going to land some big shots coming back, start to lean on Marcos. Marcos maybe gets a takedown for the second, but Ben Rothwell gets back up to his feet. Both guys start trading some big shots at the end of round 1, but I think as the rounds go on, Marcos is going to start to slow down. He's going to start to feel overwhelmed by Ben Rothwell, who's starting to pick at him from range, starting to move forward, breaking him down, pushing him against the cage, landing knees to the fire, landing punches, got his own takedown at one point at the end of round 3, maybe towards the end of the fight, lands a couple of big shots there as well, and slowly but surely Ben Rothwell's going to take over the fight after a close first round that I guess could go to Marcos Rodrigo de Lima. He's just going to be the bigger physical presence out there, and I think he's going to walk down Marcos and beat him up badly in those later rounds and win himself a decision 29-28 to Ben Rothwell. Moving on up the card, Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez. I'm going with Max Holloway. I'm going with Max Holloway via 3rd round TKO, but it's going to be at the end of the round where Yair doesn't get it back up for the 4th. I don't think Yair answers the bell for the 4th round. I think Max Holloway is going to TKO him on the stall. Yair Rodriguez, it's not going to be like a I quit situation. It's going to be like a doctor's coming in. Can you see this? No, you can't see it because your eye's fucking swollen up. We're going to have to call off the fight here. Yair kind of protests a little bit, but it's got to be called off. His eyes are fucking mess from the Frankie Edgar fight as well. Remember, that can happen to Yair. He has those kind of swellability facial features, I guess, if that's even a fucking word, some bro science. But Max Holloway, I think he's going to go out there in round 1. This is how it's going to play out. Yair's going to surprise people in round 1, and people are going to be going, ooh, whoa, oh, hang on a second here. That's going to be the 1st round vibe. Oh, hang on now. Oh, here, hang on, maybe not. Oh, that's going to be the whole 1st round vibe. Good leg kicks from Yair Rodriguez. Maybe they knock Holloway off balance for a second, but he pops back up. Big leg kick, spin around Holloway a couple of times in the 1st round. Holloway trying to get his jab going, his reads going. Lands a couple of decent shots here and there, but Yair's landing big shots back. Doing good in the exchanges. A couple blocked kicks upstairs from Yair. He's throwing a lot of them with some big heat. Good spinning back kick from Yair at one point. Holloway like jokingly does a spinning back kick back and lands it and sort of gives a gesture like I can do that as well, and sort of claps on Yair a little bit. Yair more leg kicks. Couple of decent shots, but now Holloway's starting to land as he's kicking him, pushing Yair back against the cage, who's like jump kneeing to try and get like some respect from Max Holloway as he's crowding him against the cage at the end of the 1st round. Holloway keeps pressure on though, smothers the flying knee, lands a couple of good body shots, lands some more shots upstairs, including a big right hand from Holloway and a left hook counter afterwards. Yair gets stumbled a bit, but sort of takes it well and laughs it on. End of the 1st round, Holloway's going to be doing good, but I could see them giving the 1st round to Yair Rodriguez based on bigger shots earlier on. Then, in the 2nd round, I think it's going to be a close round. Holloway starting to do real good. getting his range a bit more. Yair still slamming those leg kicks. Now Holloway's starting to slam him back. Now Holloway's starting to read the timing of Yair and use that oblique kick that he used on Alexander Volkanovski and also on Calvin Kattar. Just stomping out that knee of Yair Rodriguez, making him hesitant to throw certain kicks, making him have to switch stances a little bit more. Holloway's starting to land some good leg kicks back. Yair spins again, lands a good shot, jump kicks, it gets blocked, and Holloway sort of eggs it on a little bit. Then Yair, out of nowhere in the second round in the midway point, lands a big flush head kick on Holloway. Holloway takes it, and then Yair starts rushing in, jump kick, big shot, spinning back fist. He's trying to finish Holloway. He's going for him here. Holloway's fine, but he's just covering up. He starts landing some big shots back. He turns around, takes the center of the cage. Now Yair's against the cage. Again, he goes for the flying knee, but Holloway stuffs it, smothers it, puts him back down, lands big shots to the body, a couple of big shots upstairs, more big shots. Now Holloway's starting to throw elbows against Yair against the corner of the cage. Yair's trying to spin a couple of times, but Holloway sees it coming, sticks at range. Another leg kick from Holloway. Big body shots from Holloway at the end of the second round. Holloway wins the second round. Maybe it can go to the Yair, but Yair wins the moment of the second round where he flash head kicks Holloway for a second, but Holloway lands more body shots. He lands more shots overall in the round. I think it will be 40-30 and 40-28 in the second round for Holloway, but Yair has that one moment where Holloway looked a little bit flustered by the head kick. Third round happens. Holloway's starting to chop at the legs of Yair. Yair's trying to do it back, but Holloway's moving out the way. Yair's starting to miss a lot of his shots now. Holloway's finding range a little bit easier. Jab upstairs. Yair tries to throw a body kick. Gets it caught. Holloway pushes him against the cage. Boom, boom. Big body shots from Holloway. Big shots upstairs as well. Catches Yair trying to circle out from against the cage. Catches him right in the eye. Yair's eye starts swelling up a little bit badly. More body shots from Holloway. He's cutting off the cage now. Yair's starting to shoot some bad takedowns. Holloway stuffs them. Ushers him back up to his feet. Lands big shots again. Yair's now kicking and throwing and spinning and landing a couple of shots here and there, but Holloway's just eating them and staying on him. Jab, jab, two, elbow, elbow, body kick, spinning back kick from Holloway as Yair's against the cage. Yair laughs and sort of jump knees to try and make a big moment, but it's blocked by Holloway again. Then Yair spins, gets it blocked. Couple more body shots from Holloway. Big elbows from Holloway. He throws a head kick on Yair and lands it good. And Yair feels it real bad towards maybe 2 minutes left of the third round. And now Yair's in defense mode, taking big shots. Holloway's ripping to the body. Yair puts his hands down to defend his body a little bit, leaving his head exposed. Holloway lands some good shots upstairs as well. Lands a big elbow on Yair Rodriguez. Opens up a cut over his right eye. Lands another good left hook where the swelling's already begun. The eye starts to swell up even more. Yair Rodriguez's left eye's completely swollen. He's taking big body shots. He's starting to get broken down. Big oblique kick from Holloway makes Yair's leg go a bit funny. Then more big shots from Holloway to the body at the end of the third round. More big shots upstairs. Oh my goodness, the commentary's going crazy. The crowd's going crazy. If there is going to be a fucking crowd, who knows? Run out of breath. Just like Yair at the end of this moment in the fight. Holloway, big shots again. Boom, 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 boom. Following Yair around. Yair's trying to spin, but it's not working. It's getting caught up on the shoulders of Holloway. More big shots from Holloway. Yair gets smacked against the cage a bit. He's now shooting a bit, getting stuffed. Big knees from Holloway. Pushes Yair back against the cage. Jab, jab, two. Body, 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 body. Big shots upstairs. Yair's really hurt. End of the third round. Swollen eye. Cut over the right eye. Really badly damaged. Knee feels fucked because Holloway's oblique kicked it a couple of times badly. Body feels fucked because Holloway's been ripping body shots. Can't feel your face. Can't see. The doctor comes in. Asks him if he can see the finger. He can't see the finger. We can't let him continue. I'm sorry, Herb Dean. And then they just call off the fight because Yair Rodriguez can't see at the end of the third round. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button up there. Toodle pip. I'll see you later. Goodbye.